Welcome to the new Flutter tutorial. In this episode, we're gonna go through quick and easy steps to implement beautiful UI design for your next notification screen. My name is Mikita, I'm developer behind Time Farm and Habit Streaks. Subscribe, leave a like, and let's get into it. Right here, I added name for our app. It's called Jackson Coffee. And I propose you to add some additional text to identify what is this page about. In our case, it's login. I guess we need to add some alignment. So for main axis alignment, we will add center. Also, we need to cover it all within the center widget. So now it's perfectly aligned at the center. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to create the actual form when the user can submit their email and password. For that one, I propose you to create a separate widget just to handle it like separately. So let's create a stateful widget and call it sign in with email form. For that one, we know that we're gonna have email and password, so we just need to create two controllers. The first one is gonna be email controller. It's gonna be text editing controller. The same one goes to password. And once we're done with that, we should definitely dispose them. So to do that, we just need to implement dispose method. Okay, let's add some logic here. So we'll create the form. For child, we provide several elements, so let's create the column. Okay, all right. Here, we will have text form fields for our email address, so the controller gonna be, as you can guess, email controller, and the same goes to password controller. Now we're gonna add our sign in form to the main column, and we'll see that we have now two fields. The stylish is not really cool, but we will fix it in the future. For email, we will have type email, and for text input action, it's gonna be next. A little hint for you. So, you know, it's common situation when you want to just hide the keyboard by pressing outside, but it's not the default logic. So to do that, you simply need to implement on top outside and just say focus manager instance primary focus unfocus. So yeah, that's gonna work. And you know, when we put the next input action, we want from user to go from email to password, so we need to switch focuses. For that one, the focus node will help us. So to trigger it, we need to add focus node for our password, and we will provide that logic. So when user submitted its field, we just can request focus to this focus node. So for decoration, I'll propose you to add some hint so user can understand that it's actually email, and we can add some prefix icon. So let's add some validator. So here the logic for the email is quite obvious. Right here it's the just guard close, so you can check out video on my channel about guard closes. Okay, almost the same logic goes to our password field. The only thing we need to do here is to add some logic about signing in, but we will cover that in next episode. So for now, we will just add some validations before we send in that request and just put some to doing it. Okay, now we're gonna add elevation button. We're gonna add some text to it. Cool. For the logic, we already have the sign in with email method. Let's reload. Okay, so for now it looks a bit of rough, but I guess it's time to add theming to it. I already created the class for our app theme. This has static getter for the light version of our theme, and we will use material 3. So let's provide it. The second class I want you to create is app colors. We will add some colors and we will use them in future. I want to add some color scheme and background color. Okay, the same goes to app text styles. I'll drop here a little bit of styling so we can reuse them. And so let's provide some input decoration theme. So okay, already something different. Cool. And the same goes to elevation button theme. So yeah, nice, beautiful button. Cool, now let's add some spacing. Sign in form right here. Okay, cool, and let's add some sign in with Google and sign in with Apple buttons. So let's add some padding. Cool. So for our application name, I already have the styling just by providing app styles. Let's get into it. So just the font, it's just the font weight and like the color. The same goes to the login. We just provide the title, its font and font weight. So we add two things. The first one is the spacer. So we added the spacer and it goes like here. So we will fix that by adding the same spacer here. So it's almost the same, but now we can add spacer in between login and app name. So we're gonna have these results. So to implement sign in button, we will create a new class with elevated button. We add a row here with the SVG picture of the Google logo and the text sign in page. So we need to install SVG package and add some styling. Okay, now let's add this Google sign in button to our login page. And we will see something like this. It's not cool, so let's add some additional styling to it. So it's gonna be white, it's gonna have minimum size of infinity in width. Also, we need to add some permissions in pubspec.yaml. So let's go to the Flutter and add assets to it. Cool, now we have the Google button. The same goes for the Apple sign-in button. So I propose you to cover those two buttons into column, because who knows, maybe we will add some additional sign-in buttons. So yeah, let's wrap it with column. We can add some space in here. I already prepared some delimiter component. It's just simple row with some container that have just the h1. The same goes here, and just the or word here. Let's add some delimiter here. So I guess it's gonna be much nicer. I propose you actually to adjust the styling just to keep the styling of the sign in with Google and sign in with Apple buttons. And I guess we need to add some link to the sign in page. So let's add don't have an account. So okay, sign up right here. You know, the subtitle would fit here perfectly below the Jackson Coffee So let's add subtitle here. Good. We have some motor right here. Let's actually get rid of the login, because you know it's quite obvious that it's login because we already have login button here. Instead, we will add some paddings to our delimiter. Yeah, much better. And you know what? I want some extra spice into our design. So I created animated blur circle. So what it actually does, it's just simple container with some size, the shape of circle. It have radial gradient from what we provide to it, and it will move by some degree with ease in out animation. So it's not the main goal in our current tutorial to cover it, but I'll anyway add it because, you know, it looks nice. We need to add it behind our login column. So let's wrap our center widget with stack. Now we can position our first blur item. Yes, beautiful. And the second one. Yeah, cool. So beautiful. Now you know how to implement this beautiful login page. So if you want me to cover the actual implementation of the login logic, so leave a comment below and I'll see you in the future. Bye.